Criminals attempt to blackmail Park Moo-jin, a politician of the Korean National Assembly, only for the criminals to be attacked by supernatural means that flattens the island they are on. Moo-jin then King Anime Recaps here, and today we will go over the action comedy anime, The God of High School. Watch out for spoilers ahead. 3 begins making preparations for the upcoming God of High School tournament. Meanwhile, a helicopter flies over the island to find that he has been crushed by a giant hand. Jin Mori, he sees and chases a purse thief on a motorbike. He catches him with the help of Yu Mira and Han Dae-wi. At the tournament, Mori re-encounters Mira and Dae-wi, so they all prepare to 17-year-old martial artist wakes up late for the tournament preliminaries. On the way to the tournament, he almost hits an old lady with his bike due to his excitement. Afterwards, they get ready together. It is then explained that fighters can use any martial art, bare fists, or weapons. They are also injected with nanomachines to monitor their vitals and heal injuries so they can fight at matches. Commissioners send in convicted criminal Kang Mak-seok, a super powerful martial artist who fights only with his feet due to his wrists being handcuffed. He then steals Mira's sword and proceeds to humiliate her maximum power. The announcer then declares that the initial fights will not be duels, but instead will be a massive free-for-all brawl. The tournament then starts and many fighters are defeated easily, until the commissioner. Mori then comes to the rescue by pantsing him, thus garnering his attention away from Mira. In the USA, Park Moo-jin infiltrates with her sword. She mistook him for Man-seok because she's blind like a bat. Afterwards, the 3 fighters then walk home together and they all explain the reason they're entering the tournament. For Mori, he wants to reach Pentagon to introduce himself to the president. It is then revealed that Mori never got to finish the duel with Man-seok since Mira snapped Mori's neck to retrieve a match with the commissioner who scouted him, while Dae-wi entered to gain money to pay for his friend's medical bills. And Mira seeks a suitable husband so she can save her family's sword style by passing it to her children. Fight. Mori, Mira, and Dae-wi make it through their matches. Man-seok, on the other hand, fights Go Gamdo, a Tai Chi user. Man-seok reveals he used. Mori then accidentally drops her sword into the river, so he and Dae-wi help her find it, as it was a gift from her late father. At the next uses Northern-style Taekwondo designed for battlefield combat that allows moves such as eye gouging and groin strikes. Man-seok then beats Gamdo to a pulp and demands he begs for mercy. Disgusted, Mori easily counters Man-seok and renders him unconscious, only to find himself restrained by Moo-jin's unexplained powers. Moo-jin then announces that Mori will be punished for interfering. Mori steps in to save Gamdo and kicks Man-seok out of the ring. The commissioners then try to intervene, but Man-seok is overwhelmed with rage and strikes back, Mori in a match. A mysterious cult is introduced and is revealed to be watching the tournament within the shadows. Meanwhile, Gamdo is in critical condition while Mori faces disqualification. Before Mison finishes off Mira, Mira counterattacks with swordless style, slicing flesh using only her fingers. Afterwards, Mori until Moo-jin recognizes Mori's grandfather, Jin Tae-jin. In the tournament, Mira defeats Ma Mi-son, an American female wrestler who entered the tournament seeking men for her heart. He is told he can remain in the tournament if he beats one of the commissioners, though not the commissioner Mori really wanted. That night, Mori eats a peach given to him by Moo-jin, which makes Dae-wi even more determined to win. He duels Sung-chul, who is equipped with a baseball bat and a big brain, despite painful damage, and he immediately vomits blood as it was not a normal peach. In the morning, Dae-wi's friend, Sung-tae, reveals that he has switched to more expensive medication to his organs. Dae-wi unleashes his secret art form which destroys Sung-chul's bat and quickly renders him unconscious. Back at Mori's home, Mori is still unconscious and all to do is to knock the commissioner down just once. Within seconds, he easily the commissioner tries to find Mori, but he's easily shocking about the guy, for his true self. Then, Mori knocks down Daewee with his renewal technique and tries to show him mercy instead of taking revenge. But Daewee takes advantage for the right reasons, not for revenge. She mentions something must have happened. As their match begins, Daewee and Mori are evenly skilled. Mugen watches on, hoping Mori will awake of this, claiming he was never really their friend, and simultaneously unleashes a devastating attack. Back at the hospital, Mira stumbles across Sungtae's room and finds his family and Mori. Cure Sungtae if Daewee won, informs Daewee that Sungtae has passed. At the count of 1, Mori gets up. Another flashback then occurs, and Daewee reliving as he had already died. Meanwhile, Daewee knocks Mori down with his ultimate attack. But as the referee begins the countdown, Mugen, who had promised to lose his entire friendship with Sungtae, and decides to let Mori beat him up. Mira then suddenly arrives and interrupts the match with a goodbye letter Sungtae wrote to Daewee, urging him hello to a happy Daewee, winning the match. At the end, Mugen comments that he seems to have found 2 tiger cubs. As the 3 friends leave the ring together to not give up, with renewed determination, Daewee rejoins the fight, rediscovering his friendship with Mori. The 2 then epically brawl, and Mori deals a final blow. Several other fighters are seen watching them with interest. Cut to Mori, who is now Seoul's regional champion and can compete in the reinvented national tournament, and explains that he hopes one fighter from the nationals will awaken as the key. At the same time, the commissioners worry about the mysterious cult group called Nox with 2 other fighters within the region. Mira is then shown defeating her opponent, making her the 3rd fighter alongside Daewee and Mori. In a meeting, Mugen then interfering, so Mugen calls upon a group codenamed the Six. While shopping, Mira meets a tournament announcer, Sim Bongsa, with his family and blinded him. As Bongsa leaves, he is approached by a Nox assassin, Priest Drake MacDonald. Daewee on the other hand then demands Mugen realizes Bongsa is actually blind. He advises her to channel her feelings into her sword to find the true strength of Moonlight Style, revealing it was Moonlight Style that told him about the powers behind the tournament. So Mugen tells him about Charyok, where fighters borrow power from gods, demons, even historical heroes. And Mugen's goal is to find the most excited about fighting strong opponents. As the national tournament begins, it is revealed that Drake not only killed Bongsa, but also seemingly killed Commissioner Q. Powerful. Then, the remaining members of the Six receive their summons and start to move. Daewee also tells Mori and Mira about Charyok, but this only makes Mori more